140-pound watercolor paper. Just 4 pieces of tape, blue tape, painter's tape, fold over. Gonna get a bunch of background noise today because that's my granddaughter. Gotta love her. Set up for you. Normally when you guys show up, I've got this all ready to go. Today I decided, let's just, a lot of traffic today. We'll just get it all ready when you guys get here. You guys are here, so let's get something on some canvas. Now I just have some pretty basic colors today, nothing fancy. I actually think I'm going to do, I want to know right about where my horizon line is. We're going to go pretty low today because we're going to do something that I've done before. Hold on one second. Get these surprise, surprise, not a person, not an animal. It is trees. Make sure those are clean and ready to go. Alright. You grab just a 1-inch brush. It's just a cheap, it's actually a very soft bristle brush. And the big one I usually use, kind of a little stiffer for me, so sounds like it might be bedtime. So I got a little bit of phthalo blue left here, left over from yesterday. Sounds like it's time for a nap, so we'll get a little bit of that up there. And get some white. Hopefully I'm not in your way. I might be. I'm not used to having a camera over my head too. So we'll get some of this in here. White going to closer to the bottom. You can get some really light colors on the bottom. This is just craft paint. It is not heavy body because this is not a canvas. It's just paper, so it'll take it a little better. I'll get a little bit of transition up here. Really blend her in there. There. Maybe a little bit of the dark down just a hair. Get some nice even light strokes right here. Make some movement. And that'll be good. I'm not worried about right here so much because there'll be some trees right here. And well, voila, instant cloud. I mean, instant sky. Yeah, it took me 4 minutes to get paint on myself. Wow, record. That's pretty long for me. Gonna take and do something a little unusual for me. Actually gonna break out a fan brush. And yes, it is purple. I have this one so it's got a curve to it. What I did was I pinched this just a little bit so the fan blade is actually curved. So what we'll do is we'll get her some paint. And put a nice big... Whoa. Picked up some green. Wow. Gonna have to think for a minute for this one. Well, let's go with it. But we're gonna have to break out the big guns this time. Get some paper, towel. I fold up so it's nice and flat right there. And this is going to make a lot of noise with my microphone, so I'm sorry. I think we'll be okay, as long as I keep that green down there. Kind of dried out on me. Yep, she dried all out on me, so I can't even get a good cloud for you. So let's take that instead. Let's get some blue. Touch of white. Let's go ahead and cover that up. Touch more blue. It's just a touch. You know what? I ran out of blue. Yeah, let's stick with the phthalo. Put it back up on the board. Put it back up on the board. I can do that twice in a row. I'll take the big brush that I was using for blending, which now is, maybe this will come out better, I don't know. Get some water on her. Very dark up there. Let's get some white. Go over this right here. You can see my paper's already jumping. Go ahead and prep the back of it. So we'll get more white. We're going to put the white right to it right here. Change brushes. Something with a little less tooth on that brush. That brush is very fibrous. Got really heavy hairs in it. Softly. Just tickling the paper. What's the great one say? Hairs and air. A couple of hairs and some air. Just this time I'm pushing a little harder, but we got a white spot right there. You know what? Let's make that a white spot right there. completely a white spot right there. Take that brush and put that down. Break up the little soft bristle. Thank you for giving me a bristle. Gee, I just love it when that happens. That one was stuck. That one was completely stuck underneath my paint, my tape. So I'm grabbing a bunch of white, and we're going to go in a circle right here. And what we'll do is we'll take get the basic circle in. Get a little better looking circle than that. Got a little bit of an egg going. There we go. Sorry, I gotta concentrate this for a second. Don't mean to be quiet. Kind of an unusual thing too. Yeah, okay. Take a little. I just dunked it in the corner black right there. And we'll wipe it off. And I'm taking the paintbrush. Because this is so soft, I'm going to curl this paintbrush. Kind of looks like a scoop. And take a dab. Dab, 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 dab. A little bit of white. Dab a little white right here. I think that'll be good. Let's get this tape off before it sets up too hard, because I pushed so hard with my paintbrush. You can see there's a pretty thick line going right there. We're going to take care of that right now. Let's get the big paintbrush put away. Get all the blue off it. Now I was asked, when I put my paintbrushes away, that's the only wash I do, is just soak them in a bowl for a second? No. Actually, when I'm done, I'll take these all over to the faucet I have down here, and these will all get washed, and they all end up looking, except for occasionally the green, that one might have got into some other stuff, but that one's still got some oil on it. I don't have the thing that goes in the bottom of my jar or bowl. To be truthful about it, I just haven't been able to afford to buy one. It's I know they're not huge bucks and stuff like that, but it is what it is. That's why I use, cheaper paint. I know I would love to be able to afford to buy the nice paint. But we need to paint on a budget sometimes, and you know, sometimes you do what you do because it's all you can afford. So we got a little bit of a moon. I don't know if you guys can see it very well. Again. Yeah, kind of helped. Kind of weird. It was just a rough sketch from. Actually, might be the painting I'm doing. Kind of. Um, it's just a quick sketch. Now we're gonna get some bit of water, just a tiny bit, because this is so rigid. And don't worry, we're gonna play with the moon because it's so dark right there. What I'll do is I'll break out a tube of titanium white instead of the craft white. And I know, I say you can just use regular paint from the paint store, from Walmart and stuff. Sometimes there's some things where you just need a quality paint. If you're doing canvas, don't use craft paint except for as a gesso. It's just not gonna do anything for you. Remind me next time, and I'll show you a painting I did with just craft paint on a canvas, and what it did to it. It lifted it all up. It pulled it away. It looks kind of just blah. There's not much into it. Also, I'll show you some. Well, let me grab one. Give me a second. See if I can do it without smashing into things. Yeah, I did it anyway, didn't I? I ran into you guys. Further down, maybe when it gets a little more cool out and I don't have so much to do, we will break out the old modified turntable, which was just an old record player, cassette player thing, radio, that I took apart, removed all the mechanisms that make the armature move and all that stuff. And this is a bigger one that I did on a bigger unit like that I made, that I actually housed in a box to keep the paint from spitting. But the smaller one I do on little small canvases, and I produce these. It's giant spin art. It's acrylic, crafts paint, and then I spray lacquer over the top of it after. So it's all, as you can see, the shine it has when I'm done with it. But if you want, let me know in the comments. Let me know if you want me to do some of these. I can show you guys how to do them. How to set up a basic. We'll be doing, probably 6x6 type size canvases, probably. Something no bigger than an LP, an album, which is, that big. But these things are great. You can do some really cool psychedelic colors. If you really go into complementary colors, you can make these things do some crazy things. And after I watched Anthony Gray put down his glycerin on his canvas, the stuff he uses, I tried one on one of these, and it does wild things to the paint. It makes the paint go in directions that you wouldn't think about. You can do the same thing with a drill in a box, a cordless drill. Understand that you want to put it on low speed, not high speed. High speed, and you'll throw this thing out of a box in a heartbeat. But all I did was build a little piece that fits in here with a center mount. Make sure it's center. A couple screws facing this way, not toward the canvas, on a piece of board, so the board fit in here. I put it in and turn it, and it locked in. And then basically blocked up the drill, and then turn it on carefully. Just make sure you turn it on the right direction, and make sure you lock it the right direction, because if you lock it the wrong way, it'll unlock itself and throw it out of the box too. But once you get going, you got the flaps up on the cardboard box, and this thing spins, and you do your centered little dab, and then you can put the dabs where you want, and it will do what it wants. I remember as a kid we had spin art and loved it, but this is a hang up on the wall version of that. This is something that you can take to craft shows, and if you get the right color combinations, like I did a bunch of red, white, and blue ones, green, yellow, red ones, some Italian color type stuffs, and did one with I actually painted an earth in the middle and then went out with starlight colors, a little spray on it after, and these things don't hang around very long. I think my brother-in-law's actually got one hanging in his living room. So now that I talked for a minute and all that paint finally dried, I was going to run a hairdryer, but I figured if I flap my gums long enough, this thing will dry enough for me to work on it. So let's put something right here. What we're going to do is we're going to grab a little bit of phthalo green. Am I wrong? No, I'm not wrong. I'm not crazy. And I'm going to start down here. Now this has not been touched. This is just paper. So there's no color in it. There's no primer in it. You're not going to blend with it yet, unless you go ahead and put white on the bottom first. But I don't want to do that because I don't want these things to move. This is the same brush I was using to do all this. Now what I'm going to do is take my brush, make sure I know what direction I'm going in. Make sure it's sharp. We're just going to start up here. We're going to put a little bit of something right there. A little bit of water. Gotta thin this out just a hair. Make sure it's sharp. Got a little bit of side to side movement when you get farther down the bottom. These are just the base of the tree. This is the underpaint. This is stuff to make people think that there's more trees in this area than. Let me get my head out of your way. I want this one a little bit bigger. A little bit of something right there. Get this one. I like this one up there. This is just the basics in the beginning. Just to get you a little bit of a cover. Now, I don't 100% positive know this is going to work because I've actually, whatever, stop talking phone. I am painting out of my head, I didn't practice this. It's nothing I wrote down on anything. That piece of paper up there is a rough sketch of something else I was painting after I looked at it for a second. And I actually have produced that painting before I started the videotaping. And it was birch trees. And it came out pretty good. And then a friend of mine's sister, who I've known, my friend was one of my closest friends I've known most of my life. His sister wanted it. And she actually bought it from me, which was wonderful for me. I don't sell a lot of artwork, you know. It's not because I probably can't. You know, I used to do craft shows and stuff, but my craft shows were for woodworking, not so much for painting. I mean, there was a few paintings here or there, but now we know where this line is because we can see where the blue is. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this brush, we're going to go right across that line. Wipe our paint. Because this is in there, we don't want to mess it up too much. Just wipe it back and forth a little bit. So it becomes one color. Alright, now pull down. There's another cat going on the counter. And pull this one a little further down. No, we're not doing water, I don't believe. Don't know yet, might. I was thinking of doing snow. Let's get that one a little bit farther. We'll spin the paintbrush around because maybe there's a little more paint on the other side. A few little uprights right here. Yeah. Grab our very soft, dry brush. Just get her in there just a little bit. Take a few of those little draw marks out. The paintbrush was playing a little bit hard. Maybe do a little bit in here, here or there. Let's get that cleaned off now. Now it's not dry anymore, but that's alright. I have 4 or 5 of them. They're just the cheapies from the big box store. So we're at this point. I'm going to sit back and we look at it and decide, well, do I want to go ahead and make everything in there bright, stand up? Do I want to put water in here? Do I need to go ahead and maybe wash this first with a little bit of thinned out blue, kind of a watercolor stylish? You know what? I got a little green left on my little soft bristled brush here. So we'll take and clean her up. I don't want her. I don't mind a little bit of green in there. Obviously there's going to be. So what I'm going to do is take some of the bluer water I have over here. And I'm actually going to put my paint on. Then I put my paintbrush in after. So right now the outer part of the skin of my paint is covered in water. And what we'll do is we'll drag her across. Slowly going upward. Now we may need to put a little bit more paint on here for another row. Same deal. Put a little bit of paint on your paintbrush. Knock it in the water. A little shake. Now I'm going to let those go. Get a little bit of that green up there. Just dab the same thing. Not much this time. Now this isn't going to have to be perfect because I'm going to probably put some trees up here. Pull it all the way across so the blue gets into the green over there. That green's okay because we're going to put something right there. Now bring this down and back and forth now. So we get a little movement right there. Oh, something, something right there. Oh, something right there. A little spot up there that had a little bit of raw canvas showing. Now, I like this. I like the way it looks. I like the water it created. We'll probably put a nice little white water line, you know, put the old water line stripe in there. But let's get that globule blue right here out of here. We'll bring her down just a hair so she soften that brush just a little bit. There we go. Yeah, that works. And that's, you know, simple water. What we'll do is we'll take our beat up paper towel here and that tape on the bottom. Let's get that water off there because the reality is that tape is not going to hold that water from going in there. It'll push it right in, you know. Now I'm just grabbing a corner. Just a corner. Let me see if I can get where you guys can see it. Probably not there either. Just whatever. Just on the corner. You're going to do it right on the bottom right here. This is just straight paint. Go back this way with it. Don't add any more water. There's plenty of water on your paper. Probably pull a little bit right there and a little bit right here. Let's blend this over here a little bit so that line's not there. Leave those little streaks in there. That way it gives it a better. So now this one's closer. We're going to add just a touch. Now that that's dried up there, I didn't even clean my brush. Same goofy little paintbrush. Actually, I want to wipe that off real quick. I got a little carried away. I only want half this paintbrush covered. I really want a whole lot on the bottom. Now I'm just going to go up here and put a little bit of sap green in here. Not a ton, just a little. Just on the corner of my paintbrush on the top. Get up there, like so. I guess up there having a fit. Alright, we got some sap green in there. Quickly clean the brush. Well, we don't have to do it really super quick. I'm going to take just the corner of it, fold sideways, paint it off, and go back, pulling down again. It's a little thick right there. Thick right there. Sorry, the camera behind me if you can't see. I'm just not used to that thing being there. Probably what I will do is I will take the camera that's behind me, which is actually one of my still cameras that has video mode, so I figured I'd try it. It's the DSLR, and I'll take pieces out of it. But those trees back there look pretty lonely, don't they? And they look like they're kind of running into no man's land. So what we'll do is we'll put a little bit of ground right here. It's a little dark. And then we'll grab the ever popular, in my case, plastic, because again, I don't have the money to buy real ones. And I'm just going to run right across right here. And I'm going to actually be okay with the green running through. Come back in. Take some of that paint. Right in here a little bit. Like so. Now, because we got another set of trees going in right here, I'm not overly concerned about the mess I made over here with the green. I guess it's time to replace that paper towel. I used to buy another brand, and the paper towels were so much better. These are just terrible. So now I'm going to get a little bit of black on my little paintbrush with a pinch of sap green. Yeah, kind of weird. And let's pick a spot. Let's say that one's there. Let's say there's a little island right here. What do you think? Right about here. Just go straight across. Turn the paintbrush over so we actually put the paint on the canvas. And we'll do a little bit of now, you don't really need to have the sap green if you don't want to with your black, but I think it adds a little level that you can kind of sort of see. I mean, it's there. If you look closely, you can make it out. You know? And we'll add a nice large tree. Let's go with big. Let's go with putting that in the other one. Let's take our floppy little brush that I used earlier to put in the moon. Put a little bit of burnt sienna, maybe. Oh no, raw umber. I'm sorry. Which glasses on first? Get a little white, and I did not mix this all up. You see the brown in there? We don't want to make that stuff disappear. We want that stuff to stay in there, because we're going to pull up. And we're going to turn. We're going to lift. We're going to get some brown again. Who calls them like I see them? They're brown. It's brown. If you want to get all fancy name stuff, you can go ahead and fancy name your stuff. It's brown. I'm going to start the top this time very thinly. I'm going to turn. Get a little bit more dark. I kind of wanted it dark on the other side, but now. That's a big tree. What we're going to do is get a much stiffer brush to get the top in, but the top needs to be lighter. So we'll get a little something right there, off into the sunset. I'm going to put the white color down the side, and I don't want I want really uneven bark. I really don't want smooth bark on this one. And we'll go down this way. And this little big tree took over the island. The little big tree. Sounds like a group. Like music. Not everything's perfect. I know. It's a tree. You know. Let you know there's a tree there. And if we need to, we'll fix something else after. We'll get a little bit more white, a little bit of brown still on it. We'll go in here. We'll run down this edge right here. And kind of pull it back that way just a little bit. I'll take some darker. Let's get a little paint off. Get a little globby on me. I'm not big into cleaning my brushes every 2 minutes. Okay, we're going to put this dark line here, dark line right there, maybe a little bit darker right there. Let's extend this one just a hair. Maybe add a little brother on him, here or there. Just a corner of your paintbrush. I know my head's in the way, I'll get it out of the way. And let's give him a little brother too. Could be a sister, but I doubt it. Because in my world, if it was a sister, she would have took over the tree. I have 3 sisters. I love them dearly, but they do what they do for a living because of how strong they are. My mom is a very strong woman. My grandmother, who just passed away a couple days ago, a super strong woman. She was born in 1917, and at the point in the history where women didn't spend much time getting education, they were just supposed to be good little housewives. She went to college. Had an art degree. Go figure, huh? It kind of got really weird on me right there. I don't know what happened, but anyway. So we got this giant tree and this little island. Now, we know we gotta take the island to the next level, so we'll get a little bit of the raw, and a little bit of black, and a little bit of the green. sap green. Let's give this island a little bit of size to her because that tree is way too big for this baby island. That's the nice thing about painting. You don't like something, and you think you messed it up, and you're not happy with it. Change it. A little bit of character. You know what we're going to do? We're going to make that attached to this land because I like how that's starting to look, but we'll do it with a mixture of English ivy and sap green, a little bit of water. And we'll go in there, right over the blue, and dabble this in there, just with the side of your brush like this. Just dabbling. Now that's tape, so don't worry about that blue down there. We'll get a little bit more sap green, maybe just a touch of brown up here. We'll go up that way just a hair. A few spots here and there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to get our ever popular, my favorite brush. Put her in water, shake her off, get her clean. Now this one's, I think originally it was an angle brush, and then it kind of became a deer foot, and then I smashed it and crushed it and cut the middle out of it, and actually took a pair of scissors or clippers and removed pieces out of the middle. So it's kind of hollow in the middle now. Oh, you're right where you can't see it. Anyway, let's get her right over here so you can see her. She's all beat and up. Don't throw these away. Don't throw them away. Whatever you do. We're going to dab her in sap green, but we're only going to dab the back end. Alright, then we're going to take the front edge in my key lime tree. It's actually, I think it's lime tree craft paint. We're going to touch the paper one time, just one time. What that does is pull off really the big clips. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and give ourselves some green foliage right here. Don't freak out because it's so green. It won't be, because, well, let's face it, if you look at it now, it's starting to go away. Let's get a little bit behind over here and behind the tree. We'll turn the brush on the edge now, so it's only part of the bristle. We'll just go in and get a little bit of black right on the tips. A little bit of black on the tips again, so we can actually get some black on the tips. And we're going to go in and right behind these little greenery, we're going to touch some black. Then we're going to go in and grab some sap green, a little bit of English. We're going to mix them all together. We're going to end up with this. It's almost military green. We're going to go right back over that black, but in spots. And I want to get an occasional one up there. Then we'll take just a tippities, ever so slightly. Just grab a little bit to put back in. Maybe just a little bit brighter right there. And I could put a bunch of garbage on that tree, but I'm not gonna spend a lot of time with it. I'm gonna grab the paintbrush that I washed a while ago. It's wet. And I'm gonna run it back and forth right here on this paper. Now this paper's set up a little bit. I might actually have to put water back on it. Anyway, I'm gonna run it back and forth right here. I'm gonna add just a touch of white. Wipe it off of my Don't go too much with that paper, you will regret it. You'll start lifting if you're not careful. Which I think I've done. I think I did. I rubbed it just a little bit too hard. That's okay, don't play with it. Whatever you do, don't play with it. And get a little bit over there. A little bit right there. And get that edge right there a little bit better. Get a little swamp in there. I'm turning it to mud if I'm not careful, because I will in 2 seconds if I push too much more. Yep, let's get away from it because it's paper and it will just completely come apart. Anyway, so that's what we got. It's let's get it back where you can see her. I don't know if you can see it close up or not. Let me tilt it so we can actually get it straight. Yeah, I'll get this straightened out eventually. Now, that's how it came out. What we're gonna do is just for you guys. I'm gonna take the tape off. Maybe it will give you a better idea of what you're looking at. Let's not drop paint all over my pens. Crazy shirt. I love tie-dye. I love tie-dye shirts, and this is my favorite shirt. And I wish I will not wear it painting. I didn't think I was gonna make any messes today, so I put it on. But that's actually what this painting looks like. Just a big old dead trees, bit of moon. Nothing fancy, it's just on a piece of paper. I hope you enjoy it. And thank y'all for coming to visit me. I really do appreciate it. It's therapy for me. It's time for me to get away from everything else that I have to deal with. I really do appreciate you coming to visit and spending time just watching us, paint. If you learned something, great. If you don't, chances are you probably don't need me to teach you. You're at the, you're watching Anthony Gray or Ianopoulos and Ian Harris, Jane Font, painting with Jane. Those people will teach you everything you need to know about paint. Clive Powell, Clive Art, amazing artists. I watched, Kevin and Powell. To be honest, there's 20 of them or so. I watched 4 of them every single video religiously. Ian, I've painted most of his paintings, like I said before. Anthony paints way above my abilities. I cannot do floral. It's not my thing. I can't get my brain to comprehend doing that kind of work. And Clive paints masters and portrait people and pets and things like that. I can't follow that stuff so much, but when he does landscape paintings, I'm right there. I'm stuck. His hay bale one was just amazing. I love painting his stuff. I like it when he paints the swamps and the ducks and the reeds and things that he's been away from for a while. And Jane Font, come on. Halloween. Who doesn't love Halloween? Some of my best paintings are dark paintings. I love painting the ghosts and the ghouls and pumpkins and things like that. But anyway, you all enjoy your day. I will be posting videos a lot because I paint every day. They will not come out every day. Well, they might, but it may not be the one that I'm filming today. I will eventually get look, I'm going to show you just because, in case Anthony watches. Look, Anthony. Canvas. Look, Ian. Canvas. I promise. I'll paint on canvas soon. I really will. Alright? Thank you all, and take care.